And here we are, the last tour of the season with a little bit of a election rant. Today is October 9th. See that little green thing we just passed? If you go back as my shadow overtakes things, I patched a hole in my little walkboard between these two gardens. This is my mini winter garden. All I really did was plant a couple lettuce seeds, and I've got some lettuce growing here, and obviously I've got some Swiss chard, which is just managed to survive from April till October, and I'm sure it'll be there until the first frost. Not all the leaves are edible, and some of them have gotten really ridiculously big, like some tropical plant, but I can pull out a leaf, every other day or so, and mix it in with some kale, lettuce, and chard, and some seasonings from the garden, and I make a salad. But just to, the promise of the rant, let me just get on that. As the cars pass by, I'm doing the narration voiceover in my front room without any precautions to deal with the sound. But I watched this Pelosi thing about the 25th Amendment today. In fact, the reason we're looking at this that was shot with my cell phone is because I was out in the yard listening to her. I wanted to see what was this 25th Amendment deal all about. Another impeachment Trump game or something like that. And while I'm sure many Democrats, are like having wishful thinking, this is the tastiest lettuce, by the way. This stuff that I just pull off like 2 or 3 of those leaves and add them into the mix. But anyway, back to this. I suddenly realized when Pelosi was bumbling that what she was talking about is she's confident that Biden's going to win, and she's laying the groundwork for Harris as vice president to be able to take the place of Biden. These are some squashes that I planted. I just planted these late in the season because I didn't get any squashes this summer, and this one started to grow and looked good, but I think it's too late because look how tiny those things are, and we'll probably be getting a frost within the next 2 weeks. So I'm hoping to get at least maybe 3 little baby squashes out of it. That's going to be the best I can do. A little bit of powdered mildew on there, but that's not affecting the plant whatsoever. I've been watering these with my water can because I already put my hose away for the year. I not only apologize for the smartphone view. All I had to do was turn my camera sideways, but I just wasn't thinking. You could see there my hand. But I just wasn't thinking. I was in a hurry. Still have some basil growing here as well. It's not as healthy as it could be, but I could pull off a few leaves here and there and shall, and probably salvage the rest into some kind of dried out spice if I'm so lucky. So also, while I'm doing this, apparently Trump has taken over the Rush Limbaugh show and is doing a live virtual rally or something like that, which for some reason I wasn't able to pick up on any portable radio when I was out in my back. I was sitting on that chair. I actually got like a kind of a sunburn today at around 11 o'clock, between 11 and noon out in my backyard. That's my little mini greenhouse. And see, I have more of those little green slats. That's covering one of my other exhaust fans. And you can see by looking through there that that's pretty much empty right now. I had the door open, which I hope I closed before I came in the house. I hope I did. Otherwise, I might have some critters in there. But, this election season has been so crazy, that it's like, I really don't know. It's insanity what's going on in the country. I mean, we've got, and I don't want to be political, but I mean, everything is political today because politics has become the new pop culture. So it's like talking about a new song on pop charts, right? I mean, what else is there? It's politics 24/7 wherever you look. It's actually annoying. These are my pepper plants that I pretty much taken just about all the peppers out of. Cayenne, jalapenos, and some yellow banana peppers. Had a really good harvest. I've got to pull. These are just weeds I've let grow in that back area, and these were where my tomato plants were. And I just started to put some covering down over it. I'll eventually have cardboard over all this dirt for the course of the winter to preserve the soil and let those earthworms do their business and let the mulch that I had on the top compost itself down. My little mini pond filled with algae is still up and at it. It's the birds' primary source of water, and I guess they bathe in there too. I wouldn't want to bathe there. My bigger kale plant, which all you need is to take 2 leaves off of that. They're so big, and you've got yourself, half the salad. There's some sage and parsley that's gone wild and has been this way all summer long and will continue. That parsley will probably come back next year because they're like biannual plants. Behind it, a colored faded stuff was all the oregano plants that grew out of control too. But my feeling is that the misinformed average person out there that doesn't understand the difference between all the dirty politics that are going on. Like, for example, didn't Trump just declassified 1,000 pages that basically showed the Obama administration and guys like Brennan, who was heading the CIA, and Hillary Clinton, they were actually behind the Russian thing. Like, in other words, they conspired with the Russians and created it and then made it look like it was Trump. I mean, this is a big scandal, and Biden was even involved in it. It was pretty crazy. But nobody really cares. Like, it's just this, they call TDS, Trump Derangement Syndrome. It's like, let the election happen. And as far as this virus is concerned, it's, you have a 99% plus chance of surviving it. And now that they have all these therapies for it, you're very unlikely to die from this. In fact, the CDC recently said that the 200-some thousand death rate that they show on TV stations is actually, it's only 6% of that is the actual death rate. People who died from the disease. The rest were just people who died with it. Like, we're going to die anyway, and they just happen to have it. I personally think we all had it because it's coronavirus, and it's been around since 2002. It's pretty much the common cold, the flu. Now, that'll drive people crazy when you say that, but that's really what it is. Anyway, a friend who I help out with his pizza shop brought me over an electric mower today. I ran it to mow some of my lawn, which I was just going to let go for winter. Here's a little baby kale plant that I planted late in the season too, which will survive the winter, and next year that'll probably be one of my primary kale plants, because I'm not sure if the other bigger kale plant has already reached its second season or not. I think it may have. I'm not sure though. Anyway, that's that. Quick update. Nancy Pelosi's a lunatic. The Marxists, rioters, looters are all fucking insane. Sorry for using that word. Maybe you missed it. I'm not going to cut it out. And there's my mowed lawn of very healthy grass. And there's my apple tree, which I thought it would get a lot bigger. And there's all those grapevines growing up my house, which I really don't care about. See my thin little house. Thanks for watching. Visit Rockflux, buy a shirt, listen to my music for free or on Spotify. Take care. Happy Election Day.